All right, so I think we are live here. My name is James. I run Midcard Marks on Facebook, and we have started a show called Getting Over. We did our first one back in October, and it's been some time. I've been trying to work out different platforms and things of that nature. We did have a lot of great feedback the first time around. Basically, the reason that we do this is because we want to give back to the community. We want to learn more about the wrestling community, the collecting community, and it gives us a chance to highlight some of the best parts of the mid-card marks, which are the members themselves. So wanted to introduce Clint here.
How's it going?
Clint's actually a relatively new member to the group. Worked out a trade with him not too long ago. And sometimes you just hit it off with people and you realize that you guys have a lot of common interests and stuff. So we've been talking back and forth, and listen, it's WrestleMania week. We are back in business. We want to start recording more of these shows. I actually have another one lined up for us, hopefully this week as well. But we're going to be doing this a lot more frequently than we have been. So Clint, welcome. First of all, I want to get to know you a little bit better. So what got you into collecting?
Well, I've always been a wrestling fan. I had an older brother, so I used to sneak up late to watch Attitude Era. And then I started watching again probably around No Way Out with Eddie Guerrero and Brock Lesnar. I remember my first figure really of my own was that Eddie Guerrero with the white hockey stick. And then I got Brock Lesnar for Easter to have the whole pay-per-view match.
Right. We're talking what, Jack specific days, right?
Ruthless Aggression, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So you talked about you watch wrestling with your brother. Is that how you got into wrestling originally?
Kind of. It's just, wrestling's everywhere. Everybody wants to be stunning people, choke slamming people. It's just kind of people around were watching it, so I started watching it again.
Awesome. So you talked about you collected some Jakks figures back in the day. What are some of your favorite types of figures to collect?
I was a big fan of like the crazy gimmick ones when I was a kid. Like I remember having those rubber stretch ones. What are they? The Flexums.
Okay.
And they had just that metal wiring and foam. I thought they were just the coolest because they had those cartoon muscles and they're really animated.
Were you into like the maximum sweat type stuff?
I was a little bit past that because
Okay.
I was more like once Jack started with the Ruthless days.
Yeah.
But I did come across some that would have probably been something I got.
Yeah. So I was telling you before we went live that I recently moved like within the past year. And it's crazy the stuff that you find when you're moving. I actually have a huge tote that I'll probably do like a live, maybe like not an unboxing because they're all loose, but kind of like a live showing of, I have stuff from like when I was a kid, like all my bone crunching figures, all my old stuff. And I know some of that stuff like, sells for decent money nowadays, but there's like something inside me that tells me like, I can't get rid of it. It's like, it just reminds me of like that time when I was a kid and recreating all those matches. And just like you were saying, so some of that stuff is like really nostalgic and it's hard to get rid of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even if there's no value to it, you
Right.
still got the emotional. Like I remember having a BCA Rocky Maivia and the nose being bit off by me. So it's just kind of like a distinct memory every time I see that figure.
Yeah, that's awesome. So other than wrestling figures, is there any other types of things that you collect, like memorabilia, autographs, stuff like that?
Kind of just miscellaneous stuff I have in the background. You see from the wrestling crates, I was getting the crates. So it's kind of like random stuff I did when I first got back into the hobby, probably 2-3 years ago. I went on a huge WCW binge. I was anything WCW, so I acquired the Bashams, the Galoobs in the WC comics that we talked about.
Yeah.
So it all depends on, I like getting like a trend, a kind of like a collection. So it'll be like this year I'll be going for this and then kind of switch it. That way you don't have the same collection.
Yeah, it keeps it fresh too. It's always fun. It's crazy because I don't know. I've been collecting, I feel like since I was a kid, but because at that stage we're just collecting to play with them. But even now I'm 34 and I still like, I'm amazed by stuff that I never even knew existed just by like being in the groups and being, checking online and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy, like some of the stuff that's even been released that we don't even know about.
WCW stuff, like I saw a Sting baseball mitt. Like, where do they come up with that idea?
Yeah, well, it goes with the bat, right?
Now that makes sense, but that was before his bat gimmick. That was
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Oh, like
blue
Surfer's thing?
surfer Sting.
Yeah. All right, cool. So Clint, I know a little bit about you. I know that you're into like customs, making. I know that you make figures? Because I know you make like backdrops and arenas and stuff.
I just started getting into that stuff because honestly, until probably a month and a half ago, I was strictly a min on card collector. So my daughter, she's 3, so she's got the toy. She kept wanting the Io Shirai.
Yeah.
So I opened it up for her, and I was just that impressed with the quality of how Mattel was compared to the toys I grew up with that I just started opening a few, and then comparing the AEWs to the elites, and then it got me I want a scale ring, and I'm sitting there, and the only ones you can buy online are either $300-$400,
Yeah.
or broken down, and you're gonna have to part out.
Right.
So I made my own, and it just started from there. Now, as you can see, I have a whole arena back there.
Yeah, it looks awesome, man. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I first started with just the ring. I made the apron. I don't know. Can you see all right?
Yeah, bring it closer. I think we lost you for a second.
My scroll locked because of the clamp I was using for hold the phone.
As you can see, we have no production value here with the mid-card marks. This is us.
All right, so this is what I have. I built this ring out of just wood.
I remember seeing the process.
And painting it, and then I had some cheap ropes from craft stores, and then finally found some good ones online. But I just kind of started, every day I'm like, what, this would look cool here. This would look cool.
Yeah, no, dude, that looks awesome.
It's
And
in mirror because of we're normally face to face, so it's kind of flip flopped right now.
Yeah. No, I got you. Now you were saying you had messaged me a couple of days ago. You got some logos in the back, right?
Yeah, I have some logos of some my favorite podcast. I actually traded him the WC Comics to get Darby.
Okay.
And he did a shout out. I love watching his videos. He always gets so lucky with finding, stuff. Like his shelves will make you go crazy. I've never seen, like, he found 19 and one AEWs in one store. I haven't seen that many in person my whole time.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So you told me I'm not gonna ask the question, but you're gonna throw the mid-card marks logo up there, right?
Yes, I'm gonna throw it on right here. Right here, so it's perfect ring shot.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Doing a fig fed for it. I'm just trying to build up the roster and I was gonna rush into WrestleMania, but I rather start something that's complete than something that's half there.
Yeah, I love that cane, by the way.
That's actually I use the Taker as Kane for my cane right now.
Oh, sweet.
So
that's awesome figure. Yeah, that's a great figure. Sweet, man. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on right now. Obviously, we have WrestleMania week coming up. Are you watching? I know you watch AEW. Do you watch NXT also?
I occasionally watch NXT. Lately they've had some intriguing matches.
Yeah.
It is more the fight style. NXT has that AEW indie card kind of matches rather than the big squash matches where you got a big guy like Braun Strowman taking out a little guy. Right.
Yeah, to me, NXT right now is just killing it in the storyline, in the storytelling aspect of wrestling. You every match on that stand and deliver card seems to have like a reason behind it. And we talked also. I'm heading to Tampa for WrestleMania, and it's WrestleMania, so I'm excited. I'm geeked about it, but like, really, there's maybe like 1 or 2 matches that really have a story behind it. The rest just kind of seems thrown together this year. But what match are you looking forward to the most for Mania this weekend?
There's not really a match I'm looking forward to, say, as much as hearing the live fans. That's going to be the big difference, seeing the energy with the superstars, because the past 2 years you're not going to get the same energy as you will on WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania, and it's the first time they're going to have live fans.
Should be exciting.
they're even saying that they might not do a pre-show match for the first night just because they want that first match to be, live.
Super hot. Yeah. 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 Awesome. So let me backtrack real quick. Who were some of your favorite wrestlers growing up? I know you said you were a big Attitude Era fan.
Who was that?
What were some of your favorite wrestlers growing up? I know you said you were a big fan of the Attitude Era.
Oh yeah, the Hardy Boys. Me and my cousin would always reenact it. I've always been a Jeff Hardy fan just because his crazy enigma, and it just you never know what to expect on him. Even when he was, still as much as a tag team, he was getting matches. They've made two, figures with him in a battle pack with Triple H, and then the Undertaker one. He's got a lot of legendary matches throughout his career.
All right. And what about current day? So we're talking AEW, WWE. Who are some of your favorites to watch right now?
AEW, I like a lot of people. I met Jungle Boy or Marco Stunt, Joey Janela at a GCW show. So I like those just because of my interaction with them at those shows. I asked for a picture. They were like, yeah, no problem. Didn't make me buy merch.
Yeah.
I got a t-shirt from Orange Cassidy, which was cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then what about like WWE? Who are some of your favorites right now?
WWE, I always like Jeff Hardy. That's my go-to guy. I like AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles is probably one of the top 3 wrestlers of, the past 2 decades.
Definitely. Well, one thing I think we can agree on is it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. There's so many options out there right now. And I think I talked to Nick about this the last time that everyone likes to be WWE. To me, it's wrestling. It's awesome. You know what I mean? So I think that it's great that we have all these companies out there doing their thing, and I'm excited for Mania weekend. Clint, before I let you go, do you have anything you plug? Like you have like an Instagram or something that you do your customs on or anything like that?
Instagram, it's Can You Fig It?
Oh. Wait.
Everybody instantly assumes it says sucker, but I do not have sucker on my name. It's just Can You Fig It?
5 times, right?
5 times.
So is it just how it sounds?
Can You Fig It? Yep.
All right, sweet. So listen, Clint, thank you, man, for the time. I really appreciate it. You've been awesome throughout this. I know I've had a million technological glitches. As you can see, I am not a tech person. I'm not an interview person either. So I probably sound a little nervous, but you've been awesome. And I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for all your contributions to the group. You're one of the most active members. And we're going to post this up. It's WrestleMania week. And like I said, stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff going on this week.
Thank you. I also want to shout out Kevin for helping us with all the struggles.
Yeah. Shout out to Kevin. I'm going to get Kevin on here soon.
All right. You have a good one, dude. Thanks for
having
me.
All right, Clint. Hey, enjoy Raw tonight, and I'll catch up with you soon, bro.
You too.
All right, man.